Most lives are not changed by luck, they are changed by one quiet decision made in a moment no one else noticed. It often happens on an ordinary day, with no warning, no dramatic music. It is just a pause, a moment when someone realizes that continuing the same way hurts more than the fear of change. For Daniel, that moment came on a rainy evening, sitting alone in his car outside his apartment. The engine was off, the radio was silent, he was just staring at the raindrops sliding down the windshield, and for the first time in years, he admitted the truth he had been running from. The life he was living was slowly draining him. He wasn't failing loudly. On the surface, everything was fine. He had a job, he paid his bills, he smiled when he was expected to, but inside there was a quiet, deep-seated exhaustion. It was the kind of tired that comes from betraying your own potential, from knowing you're capable of more but settling for less. It's the feeling of being a ghost in your own story. That night, Daniel didn't make some grand, life-altering promise. He didn't draft a 5-year plan or imagine a perfect future. He just made one small, simple decision. I will stop running from what scares me. That's it. No fireworks, just a quiet resolve. The next morning, nothing looked different. The world didn't instantly reward him for his newfound clarity. His problems hadn't vanished. His bank account was the same. But something fundamental had shifted within him. He started waking up earlier, not because he suddenly felt motivated or energized, but because he refused to keep sleeping on his own life. It was a conscious act of defiance against his old self. He began saying no to the distractions that once felt harmless but were actually stealing his time and focus. Instead of scrolling endlessly through social media feeds, he started learning. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, he started trying things and failing. Instead of staying silent in meetings or conversations, he started speaking his mind, even when his voice shook. Every single day, that one decision had to be made again. It wasn't a one-and-done deal. It was a commitment that repeated itself, not loudly, but faithfully. There were so many moments he wanted to quit. There were days when doubt crept in, whispering that the old, comfortable life was so much easier, and it was. The old way was familiar and required almost no effort. But he knew that easy had nearly cost him everything he could have become. The comfort of his routine was a cage, and he had finally found the key. Months later, the change in Daniel was undeniable. It wasn't because he had everything figured out or had achieved some massive, overnight success. It was because he had himself back. His confidence returned, not because he was winning at everything, but because he was courageous enough to try. It was a confidence born from courage, not from accomplishment. The courage to choose growth over comfort, day after day. He was no longer a passenger. He was the driver. Looking back, Daniel realized something powerful. It wasn't a lucky break that changed his life. It wasn't a new opportunity that fell into his lap. It wasn't even the support from friends or family, though that helped. The real turning point was that one quiet decision, the decision to stop avoiding discomfort and start choosing a direction. To face the things that scared him instead of running away from them. He stopped waiting for a sign and decided to become the sign himself. Most people wait for confidence before they make a big decision. We tell ourselves, I'll do it when I feel ready, or I'll start when I'm more confident. But that's backward. Confidence doesn't come before the decision. It's born after the decision is made and acted upon. It's the result of keeping the promises you make to yourself, no matter how small. It's the byproduct of facing your fears. Right now, as you're listening to this, someone out there is standing at that same invisible crossroads. Maybe it's you. The choice you're facing might seem small, insignificant even. To start a new hobby, to have a difficult conversation, to apply for that job, to finally prioritize your health. It might feel like it won't change anything, but small decisions, made consistently over time, bend the future in ways no one can predict. They create a ripple effect that transforms your entire reality. One decision won't change everything instantly. Let's be clear about that. It's not magic, but it will change who you become next. It changes the next action you take, the next thought you have, the next choice you make, and that over time changes everything. What's the one quiet decision you can make today? The one that stops the slow drain and starts the slow build. Your future self is waiting for it. Thanks for watching.